I don't know. Okay. I was reading over some articles here, and this is what I was. I don't know. I can't remember what I was searching. This came up. Why the coronation could see Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps rather than Kate Middleton's. You see how they always, if this would have been Meghan, it would have said instead of, rather than Duchess Meghan, because they all, she has them instructed, probably as a PR person, breathing down anyone's neck that doesn't put that down, right? I mean, this is Yahoo life. Didn't she have a friend that worked for Yahoo? Oh, I know, the one that she just happened to run into while hiking that she took pictures of, even though we don't have any pictures. Whatever. That was, 2-3 years ago? It's just you lose track of it. There's so many bizarre things. I think Meghan thinks that's positive for her image. Hold on a moment. God, I'm sorry, guys. I had my water out. I just didn't have my glass filled. I don't know. I'm just sort of irritated by Meghan and her whole shtick. I think we all are, but I was from day one. Even when I saw her on the tabloids at the 2016, was it 2017? 2017 Christmas Sandringham walkabout. I thought, what? Something just ain't right with this broad. Just her eyes, her look. It's like she screams, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more. She screams, I want your attention and I want it now. I've been reading some blogs and shit, and people are saying something about that little picture of the supposed child, Lilibet, which I do not believe came from Meghan. I'm seeing different pictures of her, the pregnant pictures. I'm seeing the one Netflix picture of her, and I'm not sure. And then she has the leash and the dog, and she, like her profile is perfect. Her makeup is perfect. Her, it's black and white. It's a staged photo. It's touched up massively. Did I ever have a photo? Oh, yeah. My professional picture for a business card. And I mean, I was going to have a second one taken, and I was hamming it up so much, I just couldn't. And it's just, it was. And then the guy who was taking it, we were friends in the office. He did all the graphics and stuff. And he said, Colleen, let's do it another day. So I said, just go with the old picture. Because they were just turning out wrong. But the first one, he said, okay, well, look at it. I said, can you just take a little shine off of the face? I think I got up at like 4:30 that morning. I'm not kidding, to get to where I had to go and all that shit. So, yeah. And, that's really all he did. Now there are apps where you can change just about anything and everything, including putting a baby bump on your body. But all her pictures that are suspect are in black and white. So we've got why the now let me read this. Let me begin again. Why the coronation could see Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps rather than Kate Middleton's. Now, I wanted, before we read the article, which I skimmed over, and I did skim over the article, But there was another thing I wanted to say. People on these blogs are saying that this image that we see, and I'm calling it an image because I don't know. It's been proven that this was the gardener's daughter, and the picture just looks weird. And I've been going over some of the. I mean, I've been going actually have the pictures where that the hospital at the time that I was born in, my sister and my brother and all my everyone I know was born there. Just about. I don't really know anyone that, unless you lived on the Polish side of town. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Turn off now if you want. Thumbs down at tell me to go to hell and unsub. I'm just saying that's at the time was what was going on. But everybody was pretty much born there. It was known as the baby hospital. And it was just, women were having lots of kids, and it was a Catholic area, and it was a Jewish area too. There was like a temple right across the street. So yeah, pretty much even it was a Catholic hospital. Everyone was pretty much born there. And they took a picture right away. And I mean, I don't know. I think, I looked weird, my brother looked okay. My sister looked like an Asian. I'm just like, I look at this picture of her and I'm like, oh my God. I have a little nickname for her, and I say to myself, what in the world, dear? She'd say, oh, I hate that. She hated, stuff like that. She hated when anyone looked at her and said, oh, how cute. She got real shy from that. She developed a complex. Charlotte, on the other hand, you can tell just by the way her appearance, her whole facial expression, that she's being trained. She's being taught. How can I put this? To be a lady super early in life. I have a feeling, I don't know. I know I'm older than a lot of people that come to the channel, and I think there are people that are older than me also. But I want you guys to go back and think about Princess Caroline of Monaco, and she was happening, baby, and she was the most eligible bachelorette on the planet. I think they were even trying to kind of pair her with Charles, if I'm not mistaken, but she was Catholic, right? So there you go. And then she married, people that kind of played fast and loose. And then the accident, and, and there are times, I'm telling you from my own experience, there are things and tragedies and things like that happen where some people can pull out of it, but others it just simply affects for the rest of your life and just haunts you, because there could be circumstances behind the actual just death or event or whatever, what led up to that and what happened. And then I think that's what sort of eats away at a person, and what could I have done and what didn't I do, and what, that type of thing. As far as Prince Harry goes, his mom, there was nothing a 13-year-old kid could have done to prevent anything. Or a teenager, no. There was just nothing he could have done. And I'll tell you why. Because she made a conscious decision to hang out and play fast and loose. I think just to piss Charles off, if anything, and to piss the royal family off, because she was pissed off about the whole divorce, about the whole thing pissed her off. I think she was going to come out of it. I think she pretty much did come out of it. But at the same time, she was kind of playing a game of cat and mouse, which for a woman in her 30s back in that day and time, when it was high times in the economy and the world, and fashion and opportunities and technologies were all just coming all at once. And it was like this whole, every day you got up and this whole huge world was wide open to you. And believe me, I took part in that too. You know, I mean, I was hiking around a glacial lake. I'd taken 2 weeks off of work. I was making extremely good money. I had beautiful clothing. Not that I don't now, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It just was very common for that time for many people, most people really. And if you weren't taking advantage of those things, you were either did have an illness or a disability, or you just didn't want to. You just said, fuck it, I'm not doing anything. And there are people like that. So I'm just kind of giving you, so at the time Diana was killed, she, is hanging out with some dude, and she knew his status. She knew his money. He also dumped a beautiful model that he gave an engagement ring to, because I think his father was pushing him into a relationship with Diana. He was also, Muslim? Okay. Which could have been controversial. Maybe not. Maybe. For some reason, there's a part of me that says, I don't know about that either, because, I don't know about that. Your comments. I mean, I know that there's a big problem in the UK with your immigration issues and crime. I've seen it. I just want to be able to here's a little ditty. I want to be able to go to the grocery store and see, not have to literally take a huge serrated knife and saw through a damn tomato to make a salad. I'm excited because I actually found a head of lettuce that wasn't wilted. And I cut it open. I went, oh my God, I can have at least 2 or 3 salads from this. That was my excitement in the last week. Reflect that upon what I just told you. So at the time, Princess Diana was simply doing pretty much her thing as a mid-30s woman who had a lot of money and was leading a jet set lifestyle. She just made bad choices with hanging out with the wrong people. And that can get you killed. That can put you in a situation of danger. And that's what she was in. And that's that, Let's take a look at Charlotte. So on these blogs, I know I just scattered myself out there. On these blogs, you've got them saying that they've got this child that looks like Diana Spencer. I'm like, huh? Oh. That could be any child USA. That could, honestly, that child has no real distinct features that you could really say look like Harry or Meghan. I know people are saying the eyes and the hair, and really, the likelihood of 2 ginger kids coming out of what is she, 1/4, 1/8 black? Is she 1/8 black or 1/4 black? woman? Or is she, I don't know. Isn't Dory a mixed race or something? I don't know. But okay, so whatever the case. Let's say one half. I mean, Megan took on the features of being very white looking. I didn't know she was mixed race when I first saw her. She puts enough eye makeup on to choke a small horse, and she's had all kinds of procedures to make her change her face so many times. I don't know really what she even looks like. There's a picture of Tom Markle with her when she was a baby, and I think it was photoshopped. This is a man that had already won an Emmy in Chicago, producing shows for the government, the public broadcasting system, the federal government, and the local government there in Chicago. Remember that. And he comes up with the worst looking picture I've ever seen. I'm telling you right now, I have a picture that I found of some relatives when they were like toddlers that, I don't know, somebody took in my family. I'm not quite sure who. I'm not even quite sure where it was. It was during Christmas. I had not been born yet. I believe it was in either the late 50s or like 1960. There was a date on it. And she was wearing a little red and white dress. Everybody was wearing red and white for Christmas. In the picture, the kids were dressed in little outfits. And that picture, and then a picture of my aunt was there. And that picture turned out more vivid and is in better condition than anything I've seen from Tom Markle. And if my mom took the picture, she is the worst picture taker on the planet. She'll hit the button and she'll get a picture of your feet, or a picture of the sky or something, Another thing, when you have parents that have certain talents, chances are you're going to pick some of that up. And in that interview with, what's her name? Another fake person, Samantha Markle, who, by the way, I was looking at her the other day in that Tucker interview, and she changed her makeup to look just like Megan's in the eye area. I'm telling you, that chick is a problem. But you see, people like hearing about her, and she's a good topic of conversation for people like Lady C to bring in revenue to her channel and to keep it interesting. Ditto with Tom Markle. Who goes on worldwide television and bashes their daughter? Just keep your trap shut. All right. So people are saying Lilibet Diana looks like Princess Diana. I'm not seeing it. Now, she looks like a Spencer. Charlotte. She is a Spencer. She looks like her father. Her father looks like a Spencer. If we go here, now remember, the times were different. Clothes and hair and all that different. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference because you have Kate Middleton has more of a kind of a classic shaped face, I guess, in a way. I suppose, I think that now this, I could see how they would take, I'm talking about Sparkles, Markle, and Dimwit, take this and make it into, don't give them any ideas. Right here, you can see the very, very Spencer-esque look. And when I say that, I'm talking about, like, she looks like Lady Sarah right here, doesn't she? But she does not look like the fake daughter. I won't even give her that. And she has, thick blonde hair. And you know what? And I don't think we really washed our hair as much back then. I don't remember. I remember my mom made me wash my hair once a week, and I used to get pissed off. I didn't want to. Don't ask me why. I went through a phase. I think it was long, and I had a hard time getting a comb through it or something. I don't know. It was probably like this. Another thing, Diana was close to 5'11"? Kate is close to 5'11". Wills is over 6 feet. Even Prince Harry wears lifts to stand with him. Another person that wears lifts is this Zelensky guy. He's like 5'1". I'm not kidding. These people are always going to lie about their height. I could see how they'd take that picture, and you know what I'm saying. I don't want to give them any ideas, although they probably already come across that idea. But I mean, if you look at pictures of Diana, and the skin, peaches and cream. I have such oily skin, or most of the time anyway. You see, little bit of baby fat here. This, I mean, I swear to God, they're superimposing this picture for that other thing. I'm not even giving it credence by even using a name. I don't believe it exists. Yeah. Okay. But for the most part, as she got older, and the hair color always kind of changes anyway, doesn't it? You'll go through a phase where it'll be darker. At least I did, where it just went darker and then it just went blonder. And then I think she got highlights, very light brown, sandy brown hair, just light brown. Let's just say light brown. And she got highlights and perhaps an all over color. But highlights used to be different in the 80s and 90s, where it almost did change your entire head of hair. Man, stylists actually took their time and were considerate. I think they just do a shitty job right now, but that's just me. So if we look, I mean, I just am fed up with, as you can, my whole video is kind of said, yeah, I'm just fed up with the way things are right now. Yeah, I am. That's okay though. I mean, it's a normal human. If I have a normal human feeling of being irritated with the way the country's going right now, then that's fine. Because at least that'll keep me on my toes. But okay, so we see these pictures, and then we go back. So again, times were different. Where generally little girls, you cut bangs in them and whatever. Back in the 60s and 70s, you always had a little bit of it, not always, but many women, played around and with their various hairstyles and things. And I know I did. Once I hit high school and stuff. Okay, so we could see at Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps. Seen here are Princess Charlotte and Princess Anne at separate occasions. Okay. There's a special reason why the coronation could see Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps rather than Kate Middleton's. I don't know what that means, but let's continue. I mean, I've tried to figure out what that sentence meant, but maybe I'm not seeing it properly. If Princess Charlotte attends King Charles' coronation, she could potentially wear a crown for the first time ever. Now, I'm wondering, will Kate and Wills want her to. I say yes. Yes, 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 yes. No, I think they mean tiara, but the idiot that wrote this is using the word crown in place of tiara. Royal women typically wear a crown for should I substitute tiara? What should I do here? I'll just read it as it's typed. I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Typically wear a crown for the first time on their wedding day. Though Princess Anne was an exception and often wore tiaras before her marriage. I think that's okay. I don't think that's that big of a deal. They're saying crown. Okay, now she's saying, okay, is it the same thing? I don't know. I could wear a tiara. This royal news comes as King Charles and Queen Camilla gazed into each other's eyes as they cut a cake during a romantic moment on a royal outing. With King Charles' coronation approaching, many fans might be wondering which of the late Queen's great-grandchildren might make an appearance. Perhaps the most likely to be at the ceremony are the Prince and Princess of Wales' children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Not only are they high on the royal line of succession, but last year they all made prominent appearances at another huge national event, the Jubilee celebrations. I don't remember Louis being at the church, but okay. And if they are there, then the coronation could see Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps when it comes to royal crowns. She's so stoic. Okay. Traditionally, royal women, excuse me, hang on one moment. Wear a crown for the first time on their wedding. Okay, am I reading this same sentence over? Wear a crown, a tiara, for the first time on their wedding day, and many, like Kate Middleton. You know what? Princess Catherine, Sparkles, and Beatrice have stepped out in one of Queen Elizabeth's tiaras for their big day. However, this might not be the case for 7-year-old Princess Charlotte if she does attend the coronation. I say yes, yes, yes. During the ceremony, peers of the realm and royals alike are expected to put on their coronets once the king and queen consort are crowned. These feature specific designs denoting a certain rank, such as Marquis or Marquess, or, is that how you say it? Marquess or Duke, or in the case of what's expected to be Prince William's coronation crown. Oh, that's going to piss Harry off so much. The Prince of Wales coronet. As his daughter, it's possible that Princess Charlotte could be seen wearing a coronet if she's at the coronation. Yes, 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 yes. Maybe. Okay. Queen Elizabeth and Princess Margaret both appeared to be wearing coronets on the balcony of Buckingham Palace at King George V's coronation. King George VI's coronation. And Princess Margaret was also 7 at the time, again suggesting that it's possible. Well, okay. This would mark her first wedding. I'm sorry, I'm getting screwed up here. I mean, I just don't like the way this article is written. Who the fuck writes this shit? This would mark her first time wearing a royal crown of any description and would be a standout occasion. And it would be, for Princess Charlotte. It would also mean that she would be wearing a crown far earlier in life, a tiara. Isn't there a difference? I don't know. They're putting, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You correct me. Including her mom, Princess of Wales. Kate wowed in the Cartier halo tiara on her wedding day, but never wore a tiara prior to this. Well, she wasn't a royal. I guess that would make sense. Who are these people that write this shit? Let's keep going. There are some, can't take it. There are some exceptions. I'm sorry. There are some exceptions to this apparent royal rule. So Princess Charlotte wouldn't be the first to wear some kind of tiara. I can't crown. There's a difference between a tiara and a crown, isn't there? The coronation could see Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps, as her great aunt was often pictured wearing tiaras before her first marriage to Captain Mark Phillips. Well, I mean, she was the Queen's daughter and a princess, but okay. I mean, I think they're missing the point here, but we'll keep going. It has also been suggested over the years that Princess Charlotte could potentially one day wear Princess Diana Spencer's tiara. I don't know about that. I don't know. That belongs to the family. Wouldn't it be neat if she could have her own tiara made? I don't know. As per Hello, the tiara went on display in 2022, and the description allegedly, if it was on display, the tiara was most recently worn by Celia McCorquodale, the niece of the 10th Earl Spencer Charles, at her wedding in the spring of 2018. It either had that description or it didn't. I don't understand some of it. Who the fuck wrote this? The Spencer tiara is now set to be inherited by Princess Charlotte. Is it? I didn't know that. Whether or not this will happen remains to be seen, but fans would likely be excited to see Princess Charlotte following in Princess Anne's footsteps if she does wear a tiara at the coronation. Well, I mean, it's going to have to be sized for her head, obviously. Oh, well, here we go. Here, John responds. You were really loosey-goosey with the terminology here, which is not good journalism. Thank you. Crowns, coronets, and tiaras are three distinct pieces of headwear. The members of nobility wear coronets to the coronation of the king. Only King Charles and Queen Camilla will wear crowns, since that is the whole point of the event. These people are so stupid. Thank you, John. There will not be a single tiara worn to the ceremony. Seriously? I thought there was. If you don't know the difference between the three and can't do the basic research required to figure it out, you shouldn't be writing an article about it at all. Well, I agree with that, but I thought the women were wearing tiaras. Specifically, I heard Angela Levin say Meghan was going to be wearing a tiara. But, maybe I'm just wrong. Thank you for explaining this in such a clear, simple way. I read the whole article and still had no idea. No, I mean, I knew they were different, but on the other hand, I'm not like the most experienced person on the planet. Am I losing my internet again? Okay. Technically, it isn't a coronet considered a type of crown? Oh God, no. The word literally means small crown, but there's a difference. Tiaras are different. No, there's a difference between a coronet and a crown. Tiaras are different. Those are semicircular and only worn by brides as married ladies' evening wear by Wonder Woman. Oh, that's just, you know what? That's just low class. I'm trying to be cute. Yahoo uses bots to generate reading material. That's what I thought. I think the writer took your bonbons. John, are you a loyal subject of the crown, or is this? Why are people so bizarre? Princess Margaret, no, he's just trying to be, I think we can try to have proper terminology, can't we? Princess Margaret and Princess Elizabeth wore coronets because their father was crowned king. But with Princess Charlotte, it's her grandfather being crowned. There may be protocol about the wearing of crowns. You mean coronets? The Spencer tiara will not be inherited by Charlotte. I didn't think so. It will stay in the direct line of succession to Earl Spencer. Kate didn't wear anything prior to her marriage because she wasn't a royal. Duh! The marriage is what made her royal. Charlotte will not inherit the Spencer tiara. Won't happen. Neither the king or Princess Anne wore a coronet, proper term for crowns, when Queen Elizabeth II was crowned. It's unlikely. This is what I'm saying. This is all wrong. This is a thoroughly misinformed article. Crowns, coronets, and tiaras are completely different articles of headdress for royal ladies. Different rules for wearing them. The article is so messed up. I feel a little sad for Will's children. So much already being expected from them. There should be an age limit of at least 16 years. Why? Why? You have Prince Harry bitching about what happened to him when he was 13. No, these kids clearly have been exposed to what is expected of them. And Charlotte, by the way, has sort of the body of Diana. I mean, what I mean is the length, the legs, the long legs. Okay. I believe Charlotte would be following in her great aunt's footsteps because she's next to become Princess Royal. How is Charlotte going to inherit a tiara that belongs to the Earl of Spencer? I know. These are not crowns that they wore. They are called tiaras. If the crowns worn by then Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret are still usable, I think George and Charlotte should wear them. It would show the line of continuity and succession. I think it would also look cute. Why would Charlotte inherit the Spencer tiara? Well, she spells Spencer wrong. When it is owned by Diana's brother, who has his own daughters. The only people in Great Britain formerly are allowed to wear a crown of the king and queen. Anybody can wear a tiara. I know. Maybe I'll put mine on later because I already made myself a princess recently. She is the first and best hope of the future of the royal house. That is true. God, you know what? And I hope that how old is Charlotte now? 7, 8? God, what's wrong with me that I can't remember? Well, I tell you, she looks more mature. She behaves more mature, but I believe she's being prepared and being set in a direction. You can just tell by the way she handles herself and her body language. And another thing I wanted to mention is some kids want to take that responsibility on because they're in their brain, they're just already thinking ahead. Like, I want to be able to do this on my own. I think I can do it on my own. I'm going to try to do it on my own. That doesn't mean they don't want to play and have fun and hang out and just be a little girl. I mean, she's going to hit puberty. She's going to have all kinds of hormones going and stuff, you know. And that just is a normal part of growing up for a woman, and I suppose for a man too. I don't know. I'm not a man, but I just know you go through changes in your life, right? Right, ladies? But for some reason, my feeling is at the moment, like when I look at Megan, I see what the fuck, with this heavy, like all these extensions, lash extensions upon lash extensions, and black eye makeup and thick theater makeup, and then when you see her in these fake pictures, I think those are Photoshop too, where she's on who would on a ladder. Now I'm going to ask you, would you climb up, 8 or 10 feet or 6 feet or whatever on a ladder if you were that big and that pregnant? Can I ask you a question? Wouldn't you sort of lose your balance? I don't know. I've seen weird stuff. Someone's saying that Princess Anne should dye her hair. I don't know. I think Princess Anne maybe got tired of people calling her the beautiful princess, and she kind of let herself go au natural intentionally. That's what I think. Because she still is beautiful, but she tends to downplay the fact that she has natural beauty. I don't know. She reminds me of her father, doesn't she? Imagine if for some reason her brother doesn't or can't be king in the future. She could probably be the next Queen Charlotte. Why do people keep putting this out there that George isn't going to be king, George isn't going to have children, blah, 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 blah. I think she should have a small tiara. Yeah. Maybe a small, okay, so while I don't anticipate seeing Charlotte wearing a coronet, it would certainly be acceptable considering her placement in the line of succession. I do hope to see her in a beautiful gown, possibly her first long formal dress, and she's probably planning that out already. Befitting the occasion, maybe a small delicate tiara as well. One thing is certain, she will be seated in a high visible spot as her father, Prince William, is heir to the throne. Charlotte seems to have a natural affinity for behavior when participating in royal events or public outings. Something about her demeanor reminds me of her grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. She's a beautiful and charming young girl. And some asshole writes another spare. Useful in preserving. Princess Charlotte is an actual princess. Well, Kate Middleton is not. Oh, you can see the sugars. If the kids get to wear bling, that is really going to upset Meghan. What? Yeah, but Meghan will have bling on, and those kids don't exist. They're not going to be there. Oh, we'll see a black and white picture photoshopped of them in some room somewhere on a royal, who knows. Sounds like the play place at Burger King. Ugh. You should go to Burger King and eat some more and then take a few VXs, honey. Yet again, 2 different pictures of one in Williams. Listen to this. Giant catfish. Yet again, 2 different pictures of one in William and Kate's kids not smiling. They're never smiling. It said they don't get to just to be kids. If you only have one real job in life for which you get paid a lot of money, that is to embarrass your family. How hard is that really? What? Oh, are these people nasty? These are Meghan people. Charlotte had a special relationship with Queen Elizabeth, her great-grandmother, whom was fond of her, and it's my belief she's the future queen of the UK, not George, even if he will inherit the throne. What the fuck is this shit being thrown out? Why are people putting this shit out there about George? I've noticed a lot about this lately. What is it that pisses people off about George so much? This is great. Princess Catherine is not of royal blood, but Princess Charlotte is. Another slap in the face for the Duke and Duchess of, and much less of Sussex. I really don't understand why anyone cares. Of course not. But if it was that fake child wearing a coronet, that ugly little picture that they keep photoshopping, kids, no, that's, of course Charlotte will inherit Diana's tiara. The tiara belongs to the royal family, not the Spencers. I don't know about that. I don't understand. Okay. All right, so I think we're going to end the video. It was kind of long, kind of boring, but maybe you got something out of it. Oop, oop, oop. Okay.